Leos, my lovely Leos, this is Mr. E here to decode some mysteries for you. Here at Osirian Rivers Runes, if you're new here, we blend runestones with oracle cards. These wonderful little oracle cards. I have no affiliation with Tori Hartman. She makes this Chakra Wisdom Oracle Cards deck, which I've been using. I just really like it. That doesn't even begin to sum up how I feel about this deck. It's a wonderful tool. And my lovely Leos, your runestone for February of 2020 is, it is joy. This is the runestone of joy for you in February 2020. A mixed bag of nuts kind of joy. It's one of those things where you can decide to take your month piecewise or just sort of take it all in at once. But no matter what, Leos are excellent at finding the light side of things, especially when stuff's kind of going a little crazy, because the fixed nature of Leo, they can center themselves and stay true to themselves when everything's kind of up in the air. They're in it for the long game, okay? And your card for February 2020, Leo, is wisdom. This wisdom in the card is something that's sought. However, I feel very often Leos are sought for their wisdom. You guys are the king. And it's time for you to step into that authority. The card wisdom paired with joy is saying, where is your heart? What is it that's bringing you joy? And if you have that wisdom and you have that knowledge, can you step into your joy and complete the cycles that have held you back from it and really, really lay them to rest and not be constantly resurrecting it in your mind, but actually move forward with the wise counsel that is your inner knowing. Stepping up into your authority with maturity. Because there's like a lighthearted, jovial attitude that's just sort of kind of dumb and airy. And it lights you guys up. When you get kind of like lofty, you know, it brings more air in and makes the fire brighter. But there's that long game that I'm talking about where Leos can really evolve. They can really act with integrity, provided they don't rest on their laurels. They don't just sit back and like, oh yeah, you know, I've mastered this. Whatever, I can have joy whenever I want. Like, it's all good. But it's like, if you don't think about that long game and ending out those cycles, you can end up jumping instead of using the wisdom to either let it go or bring it to fruition with a mature joy. I'd like to pull another runestone for clarity on this joy runestone. Yeah, okay. This is coming towards the end of the month. That is the rune of disruption. And the rune of disruption has no reversal, but it always works through reversal. Where there are going to be things that happen that deeply upset you, that trigger you. And that wisdom and knowing where your joy is and where your heart is crucial. Because if you're not following the maturity and the wise counsel within yourself, you can get pushed around by this disruption. And there's one part of like stepping into your authority, like in your mind and owning it to yourself. And then there's a whole another aspect of what do you do with it? You know, do you tend to the garden? Do you pull up the dead things and turn them into fertilizer? Or do you sit slumbering in an eternal winter? And she might lift her head to laugh in just a moment, but that doesn't change the scene. And this woman, for sure, she doesn't have joy. She's caught in the disruption of the moment. And yet there's going to be so many little moments of joy. It's different for everyone, you know. Somebody said to me one time, how amazing is it that we can talk to each other, we can form words with our vocal cords, and that we have ears to hear one another, and brains which interpret these vibrations so that we understand what we're saying. And I don't even know if she knew what she was talking about. She was very high. And I was sober, listening to her and kind of laughing at how silly the conversation was, but it really stuck with me because it is amazing. It is about these everyday miracles where I'm like, wow, I am so grateful that I have the capacity to hear, that I have the brain function to understand what people are saying. And when I say it was a joy talking with you, it really was a joy talking to them. Even if sometimes the conversation didn't go very well. And I might, choose to never talk to that person again. There again, going in with the disruption. Because we have wisdom to know what helps us take flight. What helps us take off. So, your message for February 2020 is 100% about your inner joy, knowing where that beautiful lion heart of yours is set. Never wavering from the peace and stability and the knowledge of that joy. Stepping towards it so that when the disruption happens, and it's going to be annoying, that you can act with maturity and say, yes, this is annoying right now, but it can catapult me into better places. I will be brought more joy. I will be brought to my heart's desires because I know what they are and I know that they're coming to me. That is a message for you, Leo. Leos, you are lovely. I love you, and I'll see you again soon.